Sheffield, calling it Conisborough, Mexborough.
So, what a start to the day, to my first day of life on this little journey of kind of breaking away from the Matrix part 2, if you like. Just spoke to a great guy called David. Hi David, thank you for putting me on the right track. A lot of stories to tell you from this first day. A lot of things went wrong. Some of the things humbled me out a little bit as well, which is always a great way to learn, always good for self-growth when you get humbled. But yeah, just climbing up this big hill. Probably doesn't look nothing in this, but I've got about an hour and 20-minute hike to get to a little campsite that I've decided to stay in tonight. But the heavens are, well, they've just taken a bit of a break, but they have been opening up, and it's been a little bit challenging. But I tell you what, I wouldn't want it any other way. I definitely wouldn't want it any other way. I wouldn't want it to be like this all the time. But it's nice when it happens, because that's the time when you can show yourself to shine. That's the time to grow, you know. But I don't want to go too deep into that while I'm doing this. I'm going to do a much longer video on all this stuff, telling you about my first day's journey up here, and there was some things on there that went wrong, guys. So tune in for that one. I'm sure you'll find it interesting. Yeah. Trying to show the world that you can have the life that you want, and no matter how that life looks to other people is irrelevant. As long as it's the one that you want, then it's all that matters in life. Is you're doing what fires you, what moves you forward. And there was a bus that I could have got on that. I'm sure that's going up to the hill. I've got to get up. Anyway, guys, peace. I think they've either come to greet me, my first day in the Peak District, or they think I've got food for them. I'm sorry, girls, I don't. Oh, look, let me spin you around. They're all coming over. Hi, ladies. How you doing? Look at you lot. How beautiful are you girls? Oh, fantastic. Is it any wonder I love nature so much? Nothing, absolutely nothing could put a dampener on today. Wonderful. Right, I love you girls. I've got a long way to walk, so I've got to go. But I'm going to come say hi first. So I'm about 1 mile away from my first night of camping out. I tell you what, the day couldn't have gone more perfect. Despite everything that happened, it couldn't have been more perfect. And I promise you this, it's not just for the channel. This is just wonderful. I'm kind of lost for words what to say, that my life has come this far around that I actually am now doing this. I've been dreaming of it for a long time, and now to actually make it reality and happen. And hopefully by sharing these simple stories with you, it encourages or inspires or gives you different ways of looking at your life, of how your life might open up. Hope that kind of made sense. I am very tired, but this is just so wonderful. I've just turned the corner and there's a load more cows there waiting to greet me. But anyway, I'll call it a day there. I might do another one from my tent, but we'll see. It's getting a bit dark here. It does come over dark quickly in the Peak District. So yeah, I might do another one, I might not. But anyway, thank you for sticking around. Cheers, guys. So this beauty that you can see in the background is a lovely, beautiful peak in the Peak District by Hope Valley, Castleton, called Mam Tor. I spent many nights wild camping at the base of Mam Tor, all around there, and also round this side of it, which is called more Mam Farm. Some of you know that I obviously went through Dark Night of the Soul and stuff like that, and Mam Tor was one of the beautiful places that I would come to when things got particularly bad, and I'd sit at the bottom and I'd just, it sounds soppy, it sounds corny, but it worked for me. I don't, you know, it is what it is. I'd just sit there and I would speak, so I'd speak to her, I'd let it all come out, and I would kind of unravel my own thoughts and my own feelings and how my mind was working and stuff, back in the day when I was really struggling. So these kind of vlogs that I want to do, I take you to some of the places around the Peak District, Lake District and Wales, etc., where I spent a lot of time and kind of unravelled the mess that was losing the ego mind, the mess that is losing the ego mind, and now coming into that place of just, you know, happiness. You all know this, you see my videos. Anyway guys, I'm going to keep walking around. I shall keep showing you the sights, I shall keep sharing this stuff with you, and if insights drop into my head, then I shall drop them on the video and hope they drop something for you guys. Anyway, love all of you, take care, peace. So how amazing is this, guys? I know we've all seen rainbows before, but I literally can see the start and the finish of this rainbow. That there, it's like the start of it. I've never seen that before. Like so close to it. I feel like I can stand in it. It's amazing. There's two of them. There's another one appearing. Look. It's magic. Anyway, I thought you might enjoy that. Okay, bye. I walk around with this stupid grin on my face all the time when I'm in nature, when I'm hiking. So it's the morning of day number 5 here in the beautiful Peak District. I'm heading over today to another little town called Buxton, because Buxton has a pub there, a chain of pubs that we have in England called Wetherspoons. Now there'll be a lot of people who are watching this who are from England that will probably giggle as I say that, but the fact is Wetherspoons does very cheap like drinks. So I could go in Wetherspoons, edit videos, or sit there, charge my equipment up and stuff like that for the whole day, and buy one coffee at £1.59, and you get a free refill
all day long. So I'm going to head over towards Buxton because I want to do that, because this here, I love this town where I am now, Castleton, near Mamtor, and well, the places that I've shown you in the videos. I love all this, but it's a very expensive little town, and I don't have the money to be staying here, even though I'm sleeping very, very cheaply. The food-wise is very expensive, so I need to cut down on that. So I'm going to head over more towards Buxton way, and then we'll see what happens over there. But I've met some people here. I've left my phone number with people about work and stuff like that, so you never know if I need to come back here. It's only an hour and a half away, either on the bus or I can hike it within sort of 6-7 hours, I suppose, something like that. But yeah, so now I'm going to pack away all this stuff, which my tent often gets in that kind of mess through the day, through the night, when I'm sort of jumping in and out of it, but it kind of is what it is. That's the way I'm living at the moment. So here we go. Anyway, Buxton, here we go. So here's an interesting part of the story to come. I knew things would liven up on this adventure, and I'm kind of, although this was one of the things I was kind of dreading, it's also one of the things that I really wanted to happen, because it's where, you know, it's where growth is. It's how I find life. It's where growth is, in those struggles, because you start having to think out the box. You start having to be a bit creative with the way you let your imagination go. You know, most of us, when we get home from work, we have something to eat, we sit down, we watch TV, watch a film, have a bath, do whatever we got to do. You know, life is laid on for us. But when interesting shit hits the fan, and when I say interesting shit hits the fan, I mean interesting to me. Your interesting shit hitting the fan might be something different from mine. Mine is this kind of thing. I was promised a pitch tonight on a campsite just outside of Buxton. They've just phoned me up and said that the pitch is no longer available because something had happened with their wildlife and they can't let a section of the grass go, or something like that. I currently was in Buxton town centre when I got this phone call. So it's a couple of miles to get out of Buxton, and of course I now have nowhere to sleep, so I'm trying to find somewhere in the wild to sleep. I say in the wild, that makes it sound like we're in the wild of, like, you know, the Amazon or something. We're not, we're in the Peak District. It's beautiful, it's wonderful. But I still have to find somewhere to sleep tonight that's going to be relatively safe to do so. So I'm trying to get, the town is just down there. I've just hiked up about a mile up this hill to get to this point. And I'm trying to get to, as I look around, I kind of see that there in the background. And I'm kind of like, that looks like a nice spot for home for the night, I think. I've just got to somehow get over there. I don't know how to get there. But again, part of the fun. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. I love it. Anyway, stay tuned in. I'll let you see my camp spot in a little bit. Cheers, guys. That's where I'm trying to get to. So I'm walking up this main road here, looking for a public footpath, and look what I've just actually seen. That there says public footpath. It's so much fun. Trying to find somewhere to live rather than stressing about what shall I watch on telly. This is real life. This is exciting. This is good stuff, like, for me. This is what happens when you find the thing in life that fulfills you and you lose the grip that our mind has on needing money to do stuff. Anyway, I'll shut up. Right, I'll see you in a bit. So I've still not found anywhere to sleep yet, and it's just after 9 o'clock, and it will start getting dark pretty soon. But I know that there's a part of me that's enjoying kind of walking around so much that I'm kind of not looking for a spot to sleep properly. And that's because I love nature, you know, so I kind of not frightened to be in nature, if you like. And look at that. I mean, you probably can't see the sun itself in the photo there, but I can look directly into that and see the beautiful ridgeline that's there as well. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. Actually, let me spin you around. I wonder if you... Is that better? Oh, look at that. You know, just wonderful. I think I might go up there and see if there's somewhere up there. Anyway, I thought you'd enjoy that. So anyway, I'll speak to you soon, guys. So it's just coming up to 10 o'clock at night here in the beautiful Peak District. I'm in a place called Peakdale, which was it took me about 2.5 hours to hike here from Buxton, which is where I was earlier. And I've found this little field which is quite secluded. There's no one here, there's no one around. There's a road that runs along there. Where am I? You couldn't see me pointing. There's a road that runs along behind these tree lines there. But no one can see my little tent that's just pitched up just here. So yeah, no one around. Should be quite a nice, quiet night's sleep. I'm kind of guarded from the wind with these trees, but they're not big enough for things to fall off them and crash into the tent and stuff, you know, like so. Should be a lovely evening, and I look forward to getting in there and getting my head down. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Please let me know if you like these kind of vlog type things of my adventures out. It's always good to know that if you enjoy this side of stuff as well as me rabbiting on, as we know I like to do. Right outside my tent, there's the edge of my tent, and there's all these cows have just turned up all surrounding me, so I'm gonna have to pack up and go and try and find somewhere else. That's very daunting. So sorry for the bad lighting in this one, guys, but that field that I showed you where I set my tent up, about 20 minutes after I got there and set up and started getting my stuff out, a load of cows with calves turned up. Now, I don't know much about sort of like grazing stock cows and all that kind of stuff. It's stuff that I need to learn whilst I'm out here. Let me try and give you a little moonshot while we're talking here. You know, it's stuff that I need to learn as we go. But one thing I do know is that they can, if they get unnerved when they're with their calves, they can be a little bit aggressive. And I don't want to upset them. You know, it's more, I'm not so worried about me as such, it's more not wanting to upset them and putting them in a position where they feel they have to charge me, because I'd have no chance. And also later on at night, if it gets dark and they start grazing and they see the tent, which isn't usually in their field, they get spooked, they could potentially charge it. I guess I could be completely wrong with all this, but I thought better to take no chances. And at the end of the day, it's their field, it's their home. I wasn't invited in there, so it's only right that I get up and leave them to themselves. But they're beautiful though. They come over and they were so curious. I got a little bit of it on video, but not much, because I had to pack up and get moving. So now it's getting dark here, and it will get dark fast now the sun's gone down. So I'm going to get a shift on, and I think I'm probably going to head back towards town rather than go further into the peaks. I think it's safer to probably stay on the road than to head out across the peaks, especially this time of night. But anyway, there you go, little story for you. Okay guys, take care and peace. So day number 6 in the lovely Peak District. Stayed after I found a new place to stay last night. I can't actually remember if I filmed it or not, but I walked for about 3 miles, found a new place to sleep. This is after the cows threw me off their field, and then I stayed there for the night. Just got up, and it's 5 AM here. It's a lovely morning, guys. Like, you know them mornings when it's just that lovely, faint sound of traffic in the distance, but other than that, it's just beautiful. It's a lovely sky. The clouds look absolutely lovely. It's a wonderful morning. There's a bit of blue sky breaking through over there. It's beautiful. So anyway, I thought I'd say good morning. So I'm treating myself tonight after a couple of days in the wild camping in the peaks. I'm desperate for a shower, nice hot cup of tea, and yeah, kind of relax knowing where I'm sleeping for the next night, maybe 2, and get through some of these messages that you've left me, some of these comments that you've left me on the channel. So let me get to that.